Well, hi there, Now Then Alliance worship team. I'm so glad to be with you again. It's only a couple days since the last video, but this is something very different. We are already kind of through the end of the year, which I consider as being August, being the last month of the year, because there's so much of restart that happens in the fall. You might even be witnessing that a little bit in your school, trying to get the kids off to school or trying to start homeschool, and there's just a lot of energy, a lot of schedules happen and begin in the fall. And so it's kind of a restart, it's a beginning, it's after the summer, and so everything's kind of locking in place. And so this is the time that I like to do this. I didn't do this last year, but I want to do it this year. It's a great value to me, and I'm hoping it's a great value to you as well. And all it is that it's simply an assessment tool that helps both of us, you and I, understand how are you doing spiritually, how are you doing physically, relationally, financially. I mean, just anything. How are you doing? What's going on in your world? And then answering another question: What has God given you that is a great asset of this team? What do you sense that God has given you? What are the things that are working well with you being on this team? And you can be completely honest here by answering this question as well. What can be different? What needs some things and areas that need to be improved? And then it's a challenging question for me, but I really need to hear this: is what can I do to lead you differently to help you be the best that you can be on this team? There are so many varieties of people that God has created that I don't necessarily know how to lead, and I want to lead you well, but if we don't communicate those things, don't talk about those things, I won't really know them. We have to kind of lay it out for me at times. So I want to do the best that I can to serve you well and to care for you well. So if you can answer that question. And then the last one is kind of a big deal for me. I grew up in an area and a time when if you were on the worship team, you were there for the rest of your breathing and living days. And that was the feeling that you got. And I don't want that feeling for you. I want you to commit to the season of September through August and commit to that and say, yes, this is going to be the team that I'm going to be a part of for this year, and I'm going to commit to it this year. And that doesn't mean that you're going to be there every month. I mean, it might be some months that you're just gone at the cabin or in hockey or something like that. I understand that. But when you're here and when you're available, that you would be available to serve on the team through September 2020 through August of 2021, that I would ask you to commit to that time. And then a last question of just simply, how can I pray for you? It's important that I want to bring Jesus into this and just make sure that we're in wanting Him and needing Him. He is our source of hope and source of peace. So anyway, if you can get this back to me, I'm going to send it on an email. On this email, all of those questions will be below. If you can just reply and ask and answer those questions for me, that would be great. And then I will likely give you a response, just to say that I got that message, and we'll move from there. So blessings, guys, and I hope to talk to you soon. I hope to see you in these coming few weeks. September 6th, September 13th, we're going to be outside at 10 o'clock, and should be a good time on the 13th, especially with the meal outside, and we'll learn about all of the small groups and opportunities to connect with one another and to grow in our relationship with God. So I encourage you to be a part of that September 13th and sign up for a small group. Get involved in being a part of a small group, growing together with people of Now Then Alliance Church. So blessings, guys. We'll talk to you soon.